We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
What the hell? Why am I small again? And what's going on, everybody? Hey, everybody. It's a Friday. Here we are. It's Friday, and I'm all frazzled. It's Finish on Friday. Hello, everybody. I'm Stuttering Craig. Why? We really gotta fix the smallness of me right off the bat. It's something that needs to be worked on. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. Glad you're with us. We're going to finish strong in a major way here on this wonderful Friday afternoon. Joining us, as always, dressed in pink from top to bottom.
Listen,
Blabs.
I didn't sleep, so I'm kind of hiding. Look, Stitch and Stitch. So
It's great, Blabs.
it's going well. But by the way, yeah, you had it on like the small template, and then I made you bigger.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Is there any reason why you're going all pink? With,
Well, I never really wear pink. It's not really my thing. I'm more of a green girl. But I just really like Stitch, and I was like, it's Bucket Hat Friday. I feel like I should bring that back.
Okay. Bring it. Yeah, but it's Bucket Hat Friday every day for you, though. You
When
love
was
it.
the last time you wore a bucket hat? It's been quite a minute.
Has it been? I
It
feel like
actually has been. I was gonna wear one the other day, but then I was like, wow, I look like a male, so I stopped before I went live. Yeah.
all right. Well,
Oops.
looking very Blabs today, and
Yes.
that's what we all appreciate. That's good. Joining us today, it is Friday. I'm curious, is Vara Dark a pink or a green girl?
Is that even a question?
It's green.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Just
But
curious.
Blabs can rock the pink, and I
Thank
respect
you.
that.
Thank
I can't.
you.
I'm not good enough at that.
No, it's because the orange hair contrasts the pink. That's
yeah,
why.
that's true.
Otherwise, you'd be able to rock it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Every girl can rock the pink. I bet you Craig can rock the pink.
I'm
probably.
not a girl.
We know that he can't rock the glasses.
Oof.
It's been well
Sorry.
established. Thanks.
It's the hat. It's just that's your signature.
I know. Well, I know, and that's the thing is, anytime I even try to put these on, like they come near my face and they just start shaking. No, stop it. But maybe I'll go find a pink shirt to wear today.
Yeah, go on.
Maybe
Do you even own a pink shirt?
I don't know. I don't.
You know.
I don't know, Blabs. I don't know if I own a pink shirt. Like I don't really keep track of the number of.
You
colored
don't know
shirts
what
I
you
have.
own as a shirt. That's kind of
No.
weird.
I mean, is it? I don't know. I don't
I
like.
think so. Vara, do you know the shirts you own?
Probably like 95% of them.
E?
I mean, there might be a little bit of wiggle room, but
I don't keep an active inventory. Like I, like most men, have like a steady rotation of shirts that we wear. Like, you know, I'm wearing a lot of the same shirts I was wearing 6 months ago.
bad
Like,
inventory management.
yeah, it's
Not a real gamer.
No, not a
fake.
big. Yeah, totally. Yeah, 100%. Especially when it comes to pink shirts in my wardrobe. Just
Get yourself a pink Stitch shirt.
Blabs, I have news for you. I'm not a flaming homosexual.
What? You could have fooled me.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just so you know.
Craig canceled by the internet.
Yep.
Wouldn't be the first
Again.
time. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, for sure. Well, we're glad everybody's with us today. We have a big show with lots to talk about, and we are going to finish strong throughout as we coast on into the weekend. We got a lot going on, and we can't wait to share with you guys. 3 weeks out, the big day for you guys. We're going to start just kind of put this out there. 3 weeks, looking at March 3rd. Circle that on your calendar. That's going to be a big day for us. So, but look, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the nearly 116,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game entertainment space. Also, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up button hidden is a good thing whenever you come into a stream. If you're ever watching Side Scrollers, you ever go watch Vara, You ever watch Blabs? Hit that thumbs up button. It helps with all that stuff because YouTube says, hey, they're watching, and that's good. So, but we got all that going on. We always like to start the show off with today in video game history. So, Blabs, what do we have today?
I feel like I'm going to be targeted for this one, but that's all right. Today is February 7th, and we have Crash and the Boys Ice Challenge. And look, I wrote Jap just for Craig again. We have Mario Sports Mix released in 2011, and then we have, because of the huge controversy and the fact that it was the highest selling game of 2023, we have Hogwarts Legacy releasing 2 years ago today, which honestly, time flies.
It does. It was such a good game, though.
I'll tell you what. Okay, hold up. I'm looking at February 10th today in gaming history, which is for Monday, because I just wanted to see. Hold on, go
Early
back.
access.
Yeah, exclusive.
Pretty good day, by the way. Just
it
is. You guys tune in on Monday for that, because you put Jap in it, and you're always like, "Well, I can't. It doesn't."
I literally not for you. I just said it twice in a row.
I know. I heard that, but like you say that like I really encourage. I just want you to get it right. That's all. I don't think, you can
get
put
it right. My insoles need to be better for the Japanese Jesus.
That's not an insult. Just
Well,
like
it
saying
was
whatever.
once upon a time.
Just like that Aborigine thing is not.
That
an
one
insult.
is actually an insult.
Oh, okay.
It really is. Like, you will get beaten up.
Okay. Well, some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, today in gaming history include 33 years ago. This is a late addition to the Nintendo Entertainment System library. Crash and the Boys Ice Challenge, which, if you never heard of it, there's probably a pretty good reason. Came out in 1992, several years after after the Super Nintendo came out, so super late. You mentioned Mario Sports Mix, which was, it was a game for the Wii. Some people like that. The game that I really wanted to point out today was Shank 2 was released for the PC and PlayStation 3 13 years ago. We were talking pre-show about Shank in general. Vara, you said you never had a chance to check out Shank before, have you?
No, I have not.
This was a game that beautiful art style. You can kind of check this out here. It's an EA game that was all about blood. This is such a fun game to play. You can see him just literally shanking people with his chainsaw.
Wow, he looks like one of the guys from Gears of War.
He does.
Yeah, and that was kind of the idea. It was like this 2D, hand-drawn, ass-kicking, slicing and dicing. It was so good, and it was really bloody. Had a great storyline, and a lot of hacking and slashing and stuff. But that got me thinking. And this is Shank. This is the original Shank, not Shank 2. But that got me thinking about the wonderful, like maybe one of the best lineups of games released back for the Xbox 360 for Xbox Live Arcade. The number of amazing downloadable titles.
Yeah.
That was a golden era for games back then. Do you have any off the top of your head, Vara, that really kind of stick out for you from that era?
Oh, I really don't off the top of my head now.
So I found this list of courtesy of Digital Trends, and I thought we'd kind of take a glance, just go down the list and see how many of these people remember. Starting over here with Death Spank, and that's the thing. All these games are like $15, right?
Yeah.
So Death Spank, Crimson Alliance, Bastion was a huge game.
Oh yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Massive. Did you ever play Bastion?
I did. Yeah.
What'd you think? You like it?
Yeah, I liked it. It's been obviously a very, very long time, but it was good. Same with Torchlight.
Torchlight, yeah. Castle Crashers. I mean, my God, Castle Crashers was so fun. Blabs, you'd love this game. Castle Crashers. This had great soundtrack, super fun.
What is it?
It was a beat 'em up. Yeah,
Mm.
little beat 'em up based off these little guys. You run around, and it was super, super duper fun. Heavy Weapon, Shadow Complex. My God, Shadow Complex was an outstanding game. That was like as I said, Metroid and Contra. That was a really, really good game. And Aegis Wing was, golly, there was so much that came out during the Xbox Live Arcade. The Hydro Thunder reboot, which was really good. Oh, man, that's arcade quality right there. NBA Jam on Fire Edition. It's crazy to think that it's been almost the same amount of time between NBA Jam on Fire Edition and the original NBA Jam between now and NBA Jam on Fire Edition, if that what I just said makes sense. Because that game was spectacular. And Trials, obviously, Doom. I mean, my God, Battlefield 1943. There was so much good that came out of that era. And these were, you look at the price of these games, $10, $15, $20. These were like total brand builders. And that was a golden era that we did not know we were in right there from 2010 to 2015 or so. That was awesome. Great stuff.
Yeah, and look at the games that we get now. Oof.
Hooray!
Oof. Well, we'd love to hear y'all's thoughts. If there was a game that you guys really enjoyed during that time period, the Xbox Live Arcade time period, specifically probably 360 era, let us know in the chat. We'd love to see that. Speaking of the chat, right off the bat, Speedy Cake came in with the 50 Australian monies. Says, man, listening to yesterday's chat about old consoles reminded me of when my mother bought me and my sister a secondhand shipped PlayStation 1 with like 150 plus burnt games. And the guy she bought it from forgot he had a not safe for work film in the first case we opened to play. Let's go.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Well, sometimes you learn lessons in life there, Speedy Cake. Pretty good lesson. Have you guys ever had that happen to you? And Speedy Cake, thank you so much for your extreme generosity. Has that ever happened to you where you got something and then you ended up getting something fairly inappropriate on accident?
No.
No?
No.
Maybe that happens with guys more often than
Maybe.
girls. Angela gifted a membership. Angela, thank you so much. And that ghost came in with the 10. That is a Montez super chat right there. It says Blabs would be beautiful even in a potato sack.
Aw.
Tanks.
What about me? Just saying.
You look so offended.
I am kind of pissed. Speedy Cake also says, speaking of it being Friday, how's the Clown World Airlines doing? Haven't heard from them in a while. Yeah, we haven't done. Go ahead, Blabs.
Let me take this one. So we haven't done it for obvious reasons since the beginning of the year with how many airplane crashes there have been and how many people have died from them. So we've respectfully withheld any plane talk because of our intros as well. It might be pretty insulting to the victims for now. So we're gonna wait a bit and then we'll come back when everything's kind of died down. I don't want to be a dickhead to people who lost their families.
So you're telling me this intro would upset people in the current climate?
Plane talk.
Yeah, I think it would. So
I mean, literally, whole families have actually been wiped out multiple times this entire year. We're only 2 months in, not even.
Yeah.
Craig just got canceled for the second time this stream
Again?
already.
we're 13 minutes, 8 seconds in. I'm going for a new record. Let's go. Going for the hat trick by the end of the show. I'm sure it'll happen. But, like time and place, y'all. Time and place. It's fun to laugh at things until people are dying. So,
Yeah, and being murdered and stuff. So, we'll wait.
All right. Well, guys, thank you very
Before
much.
we start,
Oh,
sorry,
yes.
I would just like to shill out our locals for a second because we've gotten some amazing answers to my question to our locals members, and I was asking them what their Mount Rushmore of gaming was, and we've got a steady reply of people. So consider becoming a locals member, and you could get really fun questions and interact with the peoples.
Love
Okay.
that.
The end.
Yeah, head on over there. Go to sidescrollerspodcast.com and it's free to join. Obviously, if you want to support, we greatly appreciate it. But we're going to be doing a lot more stuff over there. So we've been talking about that for a while. In Pause says, paw wave to friends. I'm curious, Vara, darling, will the red ever return? I miss it.
Who knows? We'll see.
Oh, the teaser. Who knows? Would you ever go blue?
No, it's too co-opted of a color.
See, that's what I was thinking, right? You don't. That'd
Yeah.
be a bad idea. You'd be the crazy blue-haired, or you just take it and own it and say, no, I own blue now.
No.
Kind of like how Vanessa rocks like the half-shaved head, and she's like, I own this.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love that about Gothics. That's great. Commodore fan says pink was originally forbidden for women, men only.
I'm a boy. So, not really.
Learning more about Blabs every day. Rebound says, I only have a dozen shirts. Oldest is like 15 years old. Oh, that's a good question. what is the oldest piece of clothing that you have?
I have stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't
have a
grow that much. I'm a very tiny person. I can rock kids' shoes. I literally just got kids' shoes the other day. They're like Harry Potter sneakers. And they're cheaper, right? But my feet are small enough that I can just go for the children's size shoes and save money.
Damn.
It's kind of adorable.
It's great because they're the
is.
exact same thing as a woman's shoe, but like half the price and considered for children. I'm like, don't mind if I do. I'll save money. Thank you.
Okay.
A win's a win.
Right?
Vara, what is the oldest piece of clothing that you have? Is it 5 years, a decade old? Like, what do we?
I don't know. I mean, I have clothing that were family members that like I keep stored away because they're like nostalgic.
Mhm.
But besides that, like clothes that I wear, I have no idea.
I don't wear this shirt, but I have a shirt that I've had since I was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
I have a structure. Do you remember? You know what structure is? I don't think structure exists anymore.
Nope.
But
I like a dare.
no, structure was a brand. It was a really big
Structure.
Yeah.
Like stop, don't touch, leave the area. Tell an adult over here.
Some acronym.
No, it was a brand, structure. And it was very big in the 90s, I would say. And it was just like a brand that people bought. Anyway, I have the structure shirt that I've had since I was probably in 7th grade. And my daughter's now in 7th grade, so I should probably hand it to her. But I don't want to throw it away at this point just based off of principle, right?
Mhm.
It's like 30 years old. So it's like,
Yeah.
So I know I'm not alone. Chat, what's the oldest piece of clothing that you have? Not that you wear, that you have. Because I know there's got to, I know I'm not alone in that.
I'm actually like you. I have like a sweater, or it's like a short sleeve sweater from my dad from when he was in high school. Like
Mhm.
it's his high school logo and everything on it, and I have it.
Yeah,
I
like
wear
I have
sometimes.
things like that, but things that I wear, I have no clue.
Commodore fan says powder/light blue was a female color. This is true. So we switching them gender roles, y'all.
Mm.
B Bear says Blabs is pinker than Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah.
B Bear says, and is Vara related to the Weasleys?
Maybe.
Phil says Skate 3 was my jam. Let's go, Phil. And Citron says my fond memory from the 360 was Cloning Clyde. Oh yeah, a puzzle platform involving your character. Thank you, Citron. Appreciate it. And that's a wonderful amount of hair you have on your face there, Citron. Thank you for that. Speedy
He's
K.
almost Amish.
That's pretty good. Speedy K came in with a 10 for Montez. Says lol. Hashtag Craig's any percentage cancel speed run. That's right. We're gonna break some records today. And Ian came in with 10 gifted memberships. Ian, thank you so much for that. That is genuinely appreciated. What a star you are, my man. And where is Kirsha when you need her? I don't see her there. Oh, there she is. Thank you very. Oh, no.
I pressed at the same time.
There you go. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that. If y'all got gifted a membership, make sure you say thanks. Kirsha sure does. Stay at home Hippo says afternoon, bro, chachos, and welcome, Vara, for Montez, and so Craig can feel better. You look handsome.
That's nice.
It's wonderful. Thank you very much.
We actually have this one that we can also use sometimes too.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's very savvy and Kirsha going, thank you.
Yeah, we should. I like that. It says Solid Valve will now show if early access games have been disregarded after 1 year with no updates. Yeah, that was a nice little quality of life update for people on Steam. I think that's a pretty good thing. If there's been a game that's been abandoned, you'll now be aware of it, which I think is a great thing. Megatron for 5 says there was no women's or feminist in the gaming industry during the 80s and 90s. Think about that. Bring misogyny back. Okay, Megatron. Sounds good. And Bike Short says, if I ever perish in a crash, I give you permission for okay.
Oh my god, it's an airplane emoji.
Okay, that is an airplane emoji. All right. Thank you, Bike Shorts. Appreciate that. And Backsplash on the Balls is a brand new member. That's outstanding. Thank you for that. All right. Okay, we do see every super chat, every direct donation, every Rumble rant. We're going to read every one of them throughout the show. But before we do, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. All right. I always love the updates that we get from Nintendo about games that are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. I am a member of Nintendo Switch Online, and there are games that I get delivered on a month-to-month basis, and I'm like, cool. And I play them for about 5 minutes, and then I put them down, and I'm good. It's like a nice little nostalgia run. Vera, did you see the game that Nintendo announced yesterday?
I have not, no.
Ooh, okay. Coming to the Game Boy Advanced version of the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack is Wario Land 4.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah, let's play the trailer for this bad boy. Blabs, by the way, I think you'd love this game.
She would.
Okay.
So there you go. What do you think of that, Blabs?
Here's the thing. I've never been a huge fan of Wario because I've never played any of his games, so I've always just ignored him. Like, even on Mario Kart, I would never pick Wario. Like, no. So, like,
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
really
agree.
entice me.
I'm not the biggest fan of him either, but that is a really good game.
I'll take
I'll
your
tell you
word
that-
for it, but yeah.
So I never got to Wario Land 4. I played the first couple, and the Wario Land games are really good. Really, really good. I very much enjoy those. They don't feel... It has that Nintendo feel while still being different than like a Mario game. He has different movesets, different abilities. The best Wario Land game, though, was actually for the Wii. I don't know if you recall Wario Land Shake It. Did you ever play that, Vara?
I didn't know.
I didn't even know.
Oh.
I've never heard of that one.
I've heard of it, but
But chat really loves Wario.
Yeah. Well, this game, look at this hand-drawn art style for the Wii, where you'd go around and you'd do, you'd toss it and throw it. And this is very early, but you can see kind of the different arts. The art style of this was spectacular. This was a really, really fun game for the Wii, which I think should totally be brought back for the Switch 2, I guess. Which I guess that's now where we're at. Is we're now in the process of thinking about what does a downloadable title for the Switch 2 look like, and we're now looking at the Wii as a retro title. Of all.
yeah.
That's good. That's where we're at. But
I
this
like
game
the
is,
graphics. It's sweet.
yeah, this is a very, very good game. But so yeah, Wario Land coming out for the Nintendo Switch Online, and I know that you can get on the high seas and play a lot of these games, but I just like that these games pop out. They're like little nuggets of nostalgia, and I don't think if I was ever on the high seas looking for a game to play, I would ever be like, I want to play Wario Land 4 for the Game Boy Advance, So the fact that it gets popped in there is a nice little thing. Do you have Nintendo Switch Online, Vera?
I do, and I use it actually pretty frequently. I think that it is really good for the price, but then again, my chat loves to make fun of me. I think that Game Pass is not a bad investment for an average gamer because there's so many different titles on it that are available. I don't mind game subscriptions, but it is getting expensive on the Game Pass front.
Yeah. Between Game Pass, between Nintendo Switch Online, PlayStation, they all have their own services, and honestly, I do think that they all have a pretty good value. PlayStation Plus, I think that it's not a bad value at all for what you're getting on a month-to-month basis. I think it's sustainable. No, I mean we've seen that with Xbox. They're over with Game Pass and they're trying to figure out ways to get to 50 million subscribers, and it's like good luck with that. So it's an interesting model to say the least. So
It's kind of like all the different streaming services too. Not all the gaming ones are just competing with each other.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I've said this for years, and I mean this. If Nintendo ever did the Netflix style model, not the Nintendo Switch Online thing where they like drip out the games, but if they made all their games available like Netflix, and you could just play the first party Nintendo games on a console for a subscription service, my God, could you imagine what would happen? The instantaneous billions of dollars they would make.
Yeah, they would be rolling in the dough.
Not to say they aren't already.
Well,
killing
they
it.
are, but
Right.
even more.
Yeah. And some people are like, oh, fuck that idea. I hate it. Digital. And I get it. Right. But man, that would just, the entire backlog from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Virtual Boy. You got GameCube. I mean, think of the wonderful first party titles, but they're smart. They're also smart enough to realize that that's a dumb idea because they can just resell a game for $40 on a remake, many years later. So,
before we move on, I just wanted to show this because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. So everyone's seen Jaden at the Grammys, right?
Oh yeah,
Castlevania.
Let's go. Putting his helmet on.
Anyway, the end.
He thinks of this shit, man. It's great. Love it. Speedy K came in and says, if Montez turned out to be 21, would that make him a Montezoomer? Speedy K, you have too much time in your hands, but thank you very much. Appreciate that. Bold Shepherd came in with a 10, says, I still have my manga corpse long sleeve from when I was 14. I'm 37 now. It was an M then. I'm an XL now, and it weirdly fits the same. I didn't even get fat. Let's go, Bullet Shepherd. I'll tell you this: some of the shirt that I have, that structure shirt, it does not fit the same way from when I was 6 foot and 120 pounds when I was in 7th grade. It does not feel the same. All right, let's move on.
Wait a second, you were 6 feet tall in the 7th grade?
Nah, I was like 5.
Jeez, I was gonna say, what are you, a tree?
Yeah.
The story's changing.
Yeah,
I was like 5'8". I think I was like 6 foot when I went to.
That looks pretty tall for 7th grade, isn't it?
Yeah, that is, yeah.
So like when everyone was sitting down at the the kiddie side's desk, were you like trying to like work and?
I was the epitome of awkward, tall, gangly middle school boy. Yes, all the way through high school, I looked like a dying tree, just with gross, super skinny the entire way. If you even go back and you look at like my early career, I was really, really skinny, and now I'm just fat. So there's that. Blabs had this, Vara. I don't know if you've heard about the game Bad Cheese. Have you heard about this?
Bad Cheese.
I have not seen this.
Dude, it's wild.
All right, let's check it. Can I play the music?
I don't know. Like, it sounds very familiar, but I think it's copyright free.
I doubt it. Let's just see the gameplay here. Bad Cheese. It looks like this is one of those.
Oh yeah, I have seen this.
So this demo trailer was just released today.
Wait, hold on. We've seen a game like this where you play as Mickey Mouse or Mickey
You're
Mouse
thinking
style
of
setting.
Mouse PI.
Yes.
Or hired
Yeah.
Mouse PI.
Mouse Hunt, Mouse PI, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is another one. This is Bad Cheese, but I thought it was ironic because we were talking about cheese yesterday as well.
Oh, that's true. We did have a good cheese.
So it's a little bit of a tie-in, but you see Pluto and like Goofy and everything, you were like, wow.
So it's a
Nightmare
horror
Fuel.
game.
Ah!
Yeah. Okay. I like the idea of it, at least. And I also like that it's very clearly Mickey Mouse.
Bad Cheese.
That's pretty good stuff. You wonder if Disney's going to come clamp down on this type of thing. Do you think there'll be a day where they're like, hey, it's clearly Mickey Mouse?
Unless they use like the Steamboat Willie reference, which is domain, like public domain now. I think they're
Yeah, it
kind of
is.
they're escaping it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, he's black and white in this. So does that just immediately say he's Steamboat Willie instead of Mickey Mouse?
The animation is very Steamboat Willie-esque.
Yeah, I just don't think they can do anything because Steamboat Willie's public domain.
But I also know nothing about laws and gaming laws, so like I wouldn't be able to answer this really. If they get like struck down and all of a sudden they disappear, we know why.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They just disappear. Disney,
It just goes away. We know what happened.
their lawyers show up with a big old Crocodile Dundee knife. Over here.
This is a knife, Mickey.
That's right. All right, let's move on. But before we do, Commodore Fan says it's Linux, PC, Steam, and Switch Online for me. There you go. Narek, I'm sorry, I just butchered your name. Says my oldest is my grandfather's eighth Air Force jacket from World War II. Wow, that sounds awesome. I bet that is incredibly cool. Bike Shorts says, I'm finishing strong and hard news on Friday. Let's go. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here, Bike Shorts. Do Guy says, I'm glad people are starting to look at the actual problems with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 instead of listening to that dude who molests Pokemon. Worthy One says, also, is Drunk 3PO still chilling in the back? Yeah, I think he is somewhere. Yeah, he's been hanging out. He's always just listening to the show, even though I believe right now he's actually at MegaCon out in Florida, which is good. But oddly enough, he is always just kind of hanging out there somewhere, as well as Dan Vask. Dan Vask, they're always just hanging out in the back. So maybe we'll see them throughout the show. Worthy One says, a FUBU jersey from 6th grade. Let's go with that FUBU. For those of you just joining us, we're having a conversation about the oldest piece of clothing that you own. So let us know in the chat. Commodore Fan says, I have a Hawaiian shirt collection almost 35 years. Let's go, Commodore Fan. My mom used to make my dad Hawaiian shirts in the 90s. That was a big deal in the 90s, was Hawaiian shirts.
She used to make them?
Yeah. She'd get the print and get the.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, my mom was pretty good at that. So it was. My dad loved his Hawaiian shirts.
It's very crafty of her.
Yes. And New York Giants fan came in and says, dad joke of the day. I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs. Bada boom, hey, let's go, New York Giants fan. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And then Paul says, F YouTube for blocking my super chats and not telling me why. Had to send them via Rumble instead. Well, thank you for that. The best way to support is actually through Streamlabs. Head over there and support. That's where your money goes furthest. Okay, Vara.
Yes, that is me. What is up?
My shizzle.
I have some bad news for you. Oh. Or depending on where you're at in life, could be some great news for you.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen the news over the last few days, but there is an asteroid hurling towards Earth right now.
Hallelujah.
And if you'd followed this over the last few days, NASA officials report a 2.3% chance of an asteroid hitting Earth in 2032. That is up from 1.9%, which was up the day before at like 1.5%. So,
oh no, we're gonna die maybe.
In 7 years from now, I want to let you know that when we see the asteroid slowly barreling towards Earth, and we always think back to February 7th, 2025. Vera's gonna go, fucking Stuttering Craig warned me.
If only it was that big. It's only like 300 feet, so it's too small to do any real damage, but maybe, it'll just miraculously hit us.
Oh, so you know about this?
Hit one of you. Yeah, I do know about this.
Okay. It's 300 feet wide, though?
Yep.
It's pretty freaking big.
It's not big enough to take us all out.
It's 3 football fields. That's
enough to do quite some damage, cause a tsunami or something, for sure.
Yeah, but not to all of us. At least one of us here would probably survive, right?
At least one of us.
Survival of the fittest and ratios, let me say.
I like that. It'd be like one of those things where you see in a cartoon where it's hurling towards space, then it goes through the atmosphere and it slowly breaks down, and eventually Vera just holds up a baseball glove and ends up touching it. She's like, "Here, caught it." Oh my gosh! So, what is the one thing that you would do if you knew that the world is going to end in 7 years, right? And you had a 2.3% chance of world obliteration? What would you do for the next 7 years, Vera?
Nothing different.
Go play some video games?
Yeah, the same thing I've been doing.
Okay, all right. What about you, Blabs?
let's see. It depends on how much money I had, right? Because if I knew I only had 7 years left, I'd go crazy and do whatever the fuck I wanted and visit everywhere. So,
But-
like,
But
depends
I'm
on
saying,
how much
like,
money.
what would you do?
Visit, travel, go everywhere.
See the Earth while it's still
Yeah, see it while it's still there, you know? But like, you may not be here in 7 years. Better go see it.
So here's the part that was not on that Dexerto. This is the Dexerto tweet, by the way, which, by the way, shows this giant hurling meteor going towards space.
And then the
right here.
dinosaurs died.
Right. It's
Yeah.
flying, just plummeting towards Earth. And then here's the article from the CBC Canada. It says scientists say don't worry about it. Like that really makes it not nearly as threatening, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Well, the scientists always say don't worry about it because then there's going to be people who will do nothing but worry about it. So we'll get there when we get there. We'll warn you 2 days before the event happens if we're that worried about it.
It'd be straight out of Armageddon. We need Bruce Willis over here to send his drill team up into space to take it out, and have Billy Bob Thornton riding a motorcycle and all that stuff. Man, hey, do you ever seen that movie? What was that damn movie? It was Armageddon, right? Blabs, you ever
Yeah.
seen Armageddon before?
I don't think so.
And I don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's Blades of Glory. When they fly off at the
No.
end.
No, Blabs.
It
No.
literally is, though. It's just the same song.
Vera, what about you? Have you seen?
I have seen Armageddon.
Yeah?
Yes.
I mean, documentary or just sci-fi project?
Just sci-fi project.
Okay.
Mm.
You don't seem very high on the idea that the Earth is going to end from an asteroid flying towards it.
We
anytime
hear
soon.
about this, I feel like every week. God, let me know when it's actually gonna happen.
They're like,
Don't get my hopes up.
Blabs, like we got Vara over here, the black-pilled Vara over here. Hey, Andrew says, Joey came in and says, for an asteroid to take us out, it would need to be the size of Texas or Cuba. Joey, I think there's a pretty big difference between the sizes of Texas and Cuba. I'm just going to throw it out there. But either way, the idea of an asteroid coming at us the size of Cuba is still terrifying. Just want to throw that out there. So,
Yeah.
Andrew came and says, the oldest clothing I have is several suits that my grandfather tailored for me when I was a teenager. I still wear them to honor his memory. Let's go, Andrew. Good for you. Dirth Mick, this is my oldest piece of, sorry, I butchered your name, but thank you so much for your Montez super chat. Says my oldest piece of clothing is a red leather winter coat I got from a friend of my father's when I was down on my luck, and he said it was hanging in his closet since 1983. Also Montez. Yeah, that's good. Glad you still have that. And Bike Shorts came in with another for Montez. Says, when I was in my second year in high school, my old middle school teacher had 7th graders who were already 6 foot. I was 5'7" at the time. Talking about emasculating. Montez, thank you very much. By the way, we're at 9 right now. We're gonna get there today. I feel it. As John says, yes, go ahead, Black.
Sorry, just real fast, because I can't seem to put this in StreamYards because censorship. Mighty Megatron on Rumble for 5 says, that meteor is big enough to cause enough chaos to hunt down commies and lefties. Woo. Like, bro. He's an interesting one.
All right. John says, better question. If you knew the world was ending tomorrow and you could only play one game before it ended, what game would it be? Ooh, John, good question. What's the bucket list game, Vera, for you?
Ooh, to play one more time? I mean, I don't know exactly which one, but definitely a From Software title. Definitely one of the Souls games. Because, like, Elden Ring's my favorite, but also I think I'd have to go to either probably Dark Souls 1, actually.
See, could you get through Dark Souls 1 if the world was ending tomorrow? I don't think you can get through it in 24 hours.
I could get through a lot of it. That's all that counts.
I appreciate you trying to get through, was it the depths down there? Is that what it's called? The depths? And you're trying to get through there if you're playing on the PlayStation 3 and it's going through in like 5 frames per second. And you're just looking out your window and you're seeing this meteor plummeting toward. I'm almost done. God.
Just let me try one more time at this boss fight. Okay.
Yeah, Blighttown. Yeah, that's right.
Blighttown.
Hey, and Bentley guy came in and says, not big enough. Vara Dark's famous last words. Hashtag Montez. Let's go. Thank you very much, Bentley. All right, once again, we'll hit every single super chat before the end of the show, every direct donation as well. I did want to follow up. I think it's important to let you know when we talk about things and we either miss things or we get it wrong or we just didn't get the full story, to follow up and talk about these things. And we saw this yesterday. We talked about it, but we didn't really know how to talk about this. And that was the update about feminist frequency and the USAID tax dollars that were going their way. And Niche Gamer did a little bit of digging, and I think they found more or less what we found, but they're able to talk about it a little bit better than we did. And that was Sweet Baby and feminist frequency didn't receive hundreds of thousands of dollars from taxpayers. Sweet Baby Inc., there was a post going around it where they're talking about Sweet Baby Inc. We actually didn't talk about Sweet Baby Inc. yesterday. And turns out we were right about this, or at least the research was right, in that the company that received the money was not the Sweet Baby Inc. that everybody thinks of in the gaming space. It was actually a clothing and eyewear wholesaler, which, man, talk about dumb luck.
Yeah.
Of naming your company Sweet Baby Inc.
How does that happen?
Names?
How is that legal when you have two companies with like trademarks and copyright info and they're both the same?
Well, one is from Canada and one is from the United States.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Still weird.
So there's that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, what are the fucking odds, huh? Like that's crazy to think about. And then the other one obviously was talking about feminist frequency and the money that went there. And we saw the money that was put there. It was $235,000. And we saw this yesterday where only $6 of those were estimated to be from taxpayers. Now I'll say this, $6 too much. Six, but they said the remaining of the $235,000 was results of private donors and other forms of income, which goes to show you there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of money that are looking to hand over a lot of that money for the cause, if you will. So, I don't know. Barry, you got anything on that?
Not particularly. Specifically about feminist frequency and Sweet Baby, because obviously the Sweet Baby thing it's not the same company. And with feminist frequency, they are estimating that most of it was private donors, and we do know that they had been begging for years and years for funds. But I did talk in a video yesterday about Politico, because Politico did receive money, and over, of course, the past decade, they've put out many hit pieces on gamers, and they've talked about Gamergate and just pushed anti-gamer rhetoric. So we at least know they did receive quite a lot of money to trash gamers, which isn't particularly surprising, but it's nice for us and our concerns to be validated, because the media always says, oh, you can trust us, you don't have to doubt us, we're just looking out for your best interests. And of course they're not.
It's just a bunch of nonsense. That's all it is. Yeah. Speaking of Politico, their website is still up, but apparently they're not making any money from it because they're the $8 million. I know.
No, I'm so sad to hear that.
It's really amazing to see. Like, we talked about this briefly yesterday, but I'd say it's like you knew things were fucked up, but you just didn't know how truly fucked up things were until it's like put out there, and you go, oh, okay, well, so in Guatemala they're getting a $75,000 for whatever condoms or a transgender play. It's like what like why is that even a thought? It's been amazing to see all that stuff discovered, and I'd say not even discovered, just straight up exposed.
Yeah, 100%.
C. Thomas came in and says, I have to invoke the true side scroller summon, not the Kirsha, but it's Montez. That's right. Thank you, C. Thomas. By the way, currently at 13 of our goal of 20. Says, I own and wear several of my dad's Hawaiian shirts, some from the 70s and some Soviet winter gear for those cold winter Florida winter nights. I think I have some ties that are even older. Let's go.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, sounds like Dad's a bit of a Chad.
Andy is right. His 300 foot is one football field, Craig. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was
I don't know
thinking yards.
football. I can't help.
Football. Commodore fan says, I would play Pac-Man
Craig is a
256.
fake sports fan. Fake man
You're
right
a
here.
phony.
Right. Sorry. New York Giants fan says, one more dad joke for the road. I get all my guns from a T-Rex. He's a small arms dealer.
I like that one. That one's fun.
Bada boom! Let's go. Thank you so much, New York Giants fan. Curtis King followed up, says 300 feet isn't a single football. God damn it. Isn't even a single football. There are 100 yards in the game placed with an additional 10 yards in the end zones. 3 football fields would be 900 to 960 feet. If it's gold, it can land near me. There you go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Craig.
I know. Golly, I suck.
Actually.
I'm sorry I misspoke, everybody. Mercenary says this only proves one thing: gamers are the oppressed class. I always knew the government was out to get us gamers. Montez, thank you so much, Mercenary.
Don't
Appreciate
trust the government when they want to regulate your favorite hobbies.
I think he could have stopped that with "Don't trust the government."
I could have, but we're talking to a gaming audience here. Let's just stop it at gaming so we don't get all political.
I'll say this, man. That is something that I've really struggled with having a couple daughters and seeing just how fucking broken everything is, and the red pilling of just life since 2020, right?
Yeah.
And seeing just how fucking broken everything is. And I have these daughters, and you want to put faith, and you want to have good faith conversations with them about things, and but it's like, how do you balance the idea of, well, that's not real, or that's total bullshit, versus fucking America, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a delicate balancing act for sure.
Yeah.
Here is a delicate balancing act from Blabs asking us about.
She's like, what? How did I get dragged into this conversation?
Yeah, excuse me?
Well, I'm going to go to your tweet, Blabs. We're talking about Universal Studios Epic Universe.
Oh, I was like,
Coming up.
what did I do now?
What did I do now? Here we got this tweet, which Blabs wanted to talk about, so we will. One step closer to soaring into Burke. Universal Orlando has shared a first look at the team members' wardrobe for Epic Universe How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Burke. First and foremost.
Terrible.
It does.
It looks so
Okay.
bad. So for people who don't understand what this is, these are like the cast members at Universal Studios who work specifically at How to Train Your Dragon area of the theme park. And their outfits look like something from Timu. This reminds me of the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser cast members' outfits that were horrible. I'm like, dude, Universal, what happened? Did you guys run out of money?
Bottom right looks like a modern audience Aloy. Sorry, Chad. I saw it. You have to as well.
This poor girl down here. She's over here. Vara's roasting her. She's just over here
Sorry.
just trying to get a sweet picture.
Listen, she's getting paid for her job. It's fine.
I can't be the only one who thinks it looks cheap.
It does look very cheap. And that makes me so sad because I love How to Train Your Dragon. And this is a really cool concept, but
Yeah,
this
chat's saying look at
is
their
not
shoes. The shoes. So the shoes are standard. That's what all Universal
Yeah.
employees wear. But they should have made something for that area to actually make it more immersive, and then instead of black sneakers.
Yeah, why not brown at least?
Yeah, or boots or something, because this ain't it.
Right.
I appreciate how happy this lady looks right here.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
She needs more eyeliner and sadness in her eyes. There is something about this though, is you're in Orlando and you got to wear these big ass coats.
True.
So they can't be too heavy. Right?
Also, why are half of them in McDonald's color scheme?
That's what I'm saying.
What's with the
it
red
just-
and the yellow?
There's materials that you can use that will be more breathable, like
Well,
linen
yeah.
and things.
And why
And
not
they're just
a
not doing
dark
that.
purple or dark blue or
Mhm.
the browns? I don't think Ronald McDonald when I think of How to Train Your Dragon.
I love how upset you are over this, Blabs. I really do. Like,
Dude, I'm disappointed because like I'm propping up Universal so much in comparison to Disney and how like they're doing such fantastic things, but like you see this, you hear the things about the new Stella Nova hotel where like there was no soundproofing involved when they built the hotel, and you can hear every little thing. It's like you guys are cutting corners, and no, stop it.
Well, ultimately, it's fine because we can just say no to this and cancel it and use the SJW tactic because there's no diversity there. So we're canceling this.
that's actually a really good point.
The Vikings were black according to the live action.
The live
director.
action, yeah.
Yeah, who is the original director of the animated one? So
That's crazy to me that he
Isn't it?
switched up that fast.
Isn't that insane? He's just like, yeah, no, this story has Vikings from all over the world, and I'm like, what the fuck? What do you want?
Well, that just happens with Hollywood now because even look at George R.R. Martin. He
Yep.
wrote all of the books. George, how much have you written this past year? He wrote all those books, and then because HBO gave him 5 shows that are in the works, he's like, oh, okay, we'll change some of the groups' races and we'll add more diversity so that I can get an extra 3 shows.
Yup. It's sad, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll look great once you're there, or not. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe surrounded by more like How to Train Your Dragon aesthetics and actually being in the world, it won't look so bad. But like those clunky ass sneakers cannot be ignored.
No.
What do you want walking around in sandals and like what do you
Boots
want?
or something. They can totally just dude, did you not see the shoes? I get it, you're a man, you don't understand sneakers and all that, but listen, the women here understand, and it doesn't look right. It needs to change.
They could have at least been like a dark brown.
Yep.
And then that like leather piece that goes around them snaps onto them so it
Yep.
doesn't look like it's flapping everywhere.
Exactly.
At least put in a little effort.
Exactly. See,
You know what I understand?
women
Comfort.
speaking.
Comfort. That's what I understand.
It's called orthotics, bro.
Well, I don't think they're going to be comforted in that 110-degree weather wearing this giant coat. So let's get rid of comfort out of this equation.
I would just like to point out that is literally the first time I've ever heard the word orthotics before.
What do you mean? That's how yeah, I always wear them. I have to.
What is orthotics? What is this?
Insoles that are like designed to shape your foot to give you support. Because if your shoes have no support and you're walking around flat,
Craig
Orthotics?
learns a word.
Orthotics.
yeah, there's custom made and stuff.
Good. All right. Thanks. Well, yeah, maybe put together a protest, Blabs, for Universal Studios for their lack of orthotics. Or
Justice for the feet wearers.
Okay. Excellent. There's 8 minutes we'll never get back. I love that we talked about that. I also love that we're going to be talking about this. This comes from Flash I think he did sum this up very well. It's simply saying America is healing. Did you see the Carl's Jr. ad that was going viral yesterday, Vara?
I have not yet now.
You're gonna like it.
All right, listen. When we say America is back, we mean America's back. What? Damn it!
Let's be real. Everyone's going to be a hot mess after the big game. Been there. Done that. And I've got just what you need to cure that post-party bug. The Carl's Jr. Hangover Burger. Egg, double bacon. Yeah, you need that double bacon. Charbroiled beef, hash browns, cheese, and sauce. Just the way I like it. And guess what? It's free the day after the big game. You just have to download the Carl's Jr. app and sign up for my rewards. So get your free hangover burger on Monday, February 10th. He'll definitely need one. Let's be real.
So there you go.
Damn, America's so back.
I'll say this. It is silly, the idea that like, America's back. But at the same time,
Yeah.
3 years ago, you would never
We
have
weren't getting
seen-
ads like that.
Never. No, not at all. It definitely feels like something from the 90s or early 2000s, kind of that sweet booth babe vibes where sex actually does sell And I mean, I think that's been the most amazing thing about the last few years is this idea that for some reason, everybody decided just to ignore the idea that sex doesn't sell in advertising.
Yeah, the feminists convinced everybody it was a bad idea.
I think that Carl's Jr. is going to see record numbers of free burgers handed out the day after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Isn't that this weekend, by the way?
It is. Yes, it is.
I don't know anything. I'm just waiting for the advertisements.
Yeah.
Can we stop down for a second and just admire this this young woman's outfit here?
Her assets.
I don't know who this person is. I'm assuming that she's a TikToker or some kind of social media influencer because her name was on her chair at the beginning. I don't know who Alex Earl is.
I'll
Maybe
find
I've
out in
heard
1
that
second.
name
Hold on.
before.
I got it. Oh, good. I'm sorry. Yes.
But she, to me, seems like they're trying to bank off that Sydney Sweeney vibe, which I'm not saying is a bad thing.
Mhm.
But she's talking in a similar fashion. Her hair's done exactly the same. I mean, it sells. It works. They're going to make bank off of this.
So I have her.
Alex Earl on Instagram, 3.9 million followers.
Oh, well, there we go.
On TikTok, 7.2 million followers.
We're getting a little, some of those are a little risky. Are we banning side scrollers today?
What were the, no, we just saw what we saw. It's okay. We're not, but
It's okay.
So
It is
she
what it
turns
is.
out to be like a podcaster, I guess, because she's she's like the host of Hot Mess. So here it is.
Okay.
I guess she's a podcaster or social media something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The more you know.
good
Yeah.
for them. By the way, their podcast. This is why side scrollers will never be what Hot Mess is because I don't have the body that Alex Earl does, right? Unfortunately. But Hot Mess over on YouTube has 261,000 subscribers. So we're catching up there, Hot Mess. So if you guys are new, hit the subscribe button.
But isn't it nicer that we're already over 100K without ever showing off our bodies? Just saying.
True.
What would happen if I did decide to make a
No, everyone would
fireman calendar?
unsubscribe and I would leave.
Yeah.
HR. I am HR.
You are HR, yeah. No, Craig, no. Horrible idea. All right. Kratos says, do you remember the if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face, Carl's Jr. commercials? I do not, Kratos. But thank you for that awkward moment. Corona Soul says, I don't understand. How does soup and bowling go together? And when did it get so popular for people to have parties for it? See, I see what you're saying. That's a Super Bowl party. I see what you did. And soup and bowl.
Wow,
Yeah.
you had to explain that like people wouldn't have gotten that in 2 seconds.
I see what you did there.
Craig.
I just want to make sure we're clear here. Thank you for that. It's good. Key Rock is right. It says sex sells, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
agree.
100%.
Foot Bro Blabs was not on my bingo card.
What does it even mean, foot bro? What is that?
Well, because you were talking about the shoes.
Oh.
And you're talking about the inserts.
Insoles?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
insoles. And yeah.
Listen.
They're saying you know a lot about feet.
I mean, I
and-
actually do, but like that's just from personal experience with a fucked up foot. I had a surgery and everything.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. I won't.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, don't talk about body parts on the show, Blabs. It's a
Yeah.
horrible
Okay.
idea. Impause came into the 5, says, hey, Vara, friend, love me some Fatal Frame. Would you be all for an HD remake or a full remake? Also, Blabs, me stole a few more snackos from your fridge again.
Only my nephew steals my food. So,
Oh.
and he can't type yet. It's not him.
Frame remake or full remake?
My problem with remakes and remasters is that while I love the idea of them because I love Fatal Frame, I don't trust modern day companies. And we're getting so many remakes and remasters. So Yeah, it would be cool, but I don't trust companies enough to do it.
Speaking of not trusting people or companies, let's talk about the Huak Tuah girl. Have you seen the update for the Huak Tuah girl pump and dump scheme? Vera, how do you really feel about the Huak Tuah girl?
I suddenly have to leave for the next 10 minutes of stream and I'll be back.
We don't have to talk about it.
I
but
actually have not seen anything, so I'm kind of curious what she
you
said.
should play it, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
There are a lot of people that are invested in this saga, even though I personally think it's the cringiest thing on the planet, besides Anita Sarkeesian.
Yes. Well, I started off, I was like, oh, how cute. And then, as I think, like most people, they've kind of seen right through it. But yes, she was on a show yesterday, and your Blabs. Let's see how you feel about what she said about everything.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me.
By the way, people are fans of hers because she made a joke about spitting on dicks. I just want to continue to point that out. So there's that.
She's got some good
my true fans. She got some good old fans over here.
Fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good. And guys, listen, just as a temperature check.
All right. So what you need to know is this guy over here is he's a part of like FaZe Clan apparently.
Yeah.
And he's big on crypto. So I'm guessing what's happening is he's going in and like vetting the situation to see if she was a big part of it. But she pretty much says that it was a friend of a friend who kind of threw out the whole idea, and they're getting thrown under the bus. And she was just an innocent person on this whole thing. And they're trying to figure it out and make it right, which I guess in theory is the right thing. But are you going to refund all that money?
Great question. And I actually went to see her YouTube channel because she was talking about her fans, right? So you remember she had like 200,000 subscribers and all that. It has not gone up like at all, really. In fact, her last podcast was obviously 2 months ago, and the top comments are all about not being canceled. This is Little Chef's kiss, blah, blah, blah. You better talk to a lawyer. It's all about this, the scam that she was involved in. So I don't really know how popular she is to all of her true fans when her popularity is not increasing at all.
Yep.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, we saw the initial, in courtesy of Social Blade here, we saw the initial jump that they had when they first launched it, had big success. And then, it's leveled off exactly. What we're saying is her 15 minutes are done. They're long done.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going, like she got famous for a viral clip, and she tried to parlay it into this stuff. And I got to be honest, she looks dumb as a rock. And she sounds dumb as a rock. Apparently, the interview that you saw, though, the clip that we saw, apparently was never supposed to be released, which is the other interesting thing about this.
Then how did it get released?
Well, so here we go. This is the Huak Tuah girl blasted by FaZe Banks for the leak podcast that was canceled. Fire everyone. Your team's fucking retarded. And he said, so in an attempt to hear Haley Welch's side of the crypto scam story, I agreed to do her podcast back. I had heavy stipulations, including not allowing markets to be manipulated by leaking this episode existence before the resolution was found. And number two, her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made, where that should go, and what to do with the Huak project moving forward. These were non-starters, and we were told this episode would never see the light of day if we explicitly greenlit it, right? And then he says, these incompetent retards leaked and or inside traded the token and noticed a random spike in volume on the coin, allowing with random messages asking us if we did the podcast. Very clearly, the team was not as solid as they claimed to be. They completely blew it, and we called the episode off right then and there. Now today, the episode, quote unquote, randomly gets leaked. The price of Huak is pumping, and they completely fucking fumbled the bag yet again. What a fucking mess. Poor girl. It's a wonder how she found herself in this position in the first place. Now, Haley Welch, I'm going to speak to you directly and say the exact same thing I said to you on Spaces the other night. Fire everyone. Your team's fucking retarded.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty deep cut right there. So he's obviously very passionate about it. But
yeah,
this has been amazing to watch. This Tuah saga over the last few months, really last 6 months. You know,
I feel like I've just lost brain cells from it, to be honest.
You mean just now? Or
just every single time I hear her name, it's like -1, -1, -1. I mean, I'm super debuffed now.
Tuah there, Vara. Sorry about that. Just helping you
Thanks, Craig. I
get a little
appreciate
dumber,
that.
a little dumber every single time. Haley Welch, Blabs. Huak. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, let's go move on.
Yeah. You know, and like, the thing was, like, I was kind of like, oh, she seems funny and cool, and at least, you know, like, we're talking about someone, you know, interesting, and she just can't be. She was just like everybody else. I'm like, whatever. Disappointment. Yeah.
Nathan says, Blabs, who don't show off her body, has a gif of women with the big boots, booping
Absolutely right.
bouncing bobs. It's not
I
us.
don't show off my tits,
Yeah,
but if some woman
still-
posts them on the internet, what am I to do?
We're just appreciating them.
Exactly.
Right.
Besides, the chat is majority men, so I tailor the show to you. You're welcome.
We know our audience, guys. Just normal men. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. Spectre Wolf says, I wanted to make a dad joke about steaks, but that is a medium rarely done well. Okay. God damn it, Spectre Wolf. Thank you very much. Omaha Renegade says kettlebells and rower workout while watching on this Finish Strong Friday. Any updates on Sad Shoulders working on video game now, or that the Real Game Awards are over for the year? Nothing to announce right now. I will say this. We mentioned this earlier. This year is about building, and we're working on things behind the scenes. The day you need to mark on your calendar is 3/3. March 3rd for our third year. We'll get into that a little bit later on. But thank you so much, Omaha Renegade. Work harder, baby. You got it. You can do it right there. Congratulations. We are one yellow super chat away from hitting our Montez goal, which is great. Maybe we'll hit that between now and the next story. Vara, we've been talking about this USAID stuff, or USAID. I don't really know how to say it, but we've talked about that briefly, about the all the money that's been going all over the place, and how DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, has been uncovering all sorts of just a fraudulent activity where money has gone. First off, you've been following the story like most people have?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Did you see that one of the workers, DOGE staffers, was doxxed because he was doing the Lord's work? So people didn't like it. So they went out and they found one of the guys. Did you hear about this?
I briefly heard about it, though I do not know any details about it.
Well, wouldn't you be surprised that the person who went out and doxed the DOGE staffer wrote about video games and pushed for wokeness and diversity in video games?
What? Who would have thunk it?
That's right. Here's the original article from Paste Magazine. The video game industry still needs to reckon with its lack of diversity. Thank you, Catherine Long, for this article here. So this is, hey, what do you know? I mean, you kind of take it at its book at its cover right here at this point. You have an activist who is literally doing activist work to try to shut down wasteful spending and such. Your initial thoughts on that, Vara? Anything?
I mean, when it comes to these journalists in the industry, the only reason why they're in the games industry or writing about culture and entertainment is because they could not make it anywhere like an MSNBC. So they had to go and infiltrate another industry. It's like the Anita Sarkeesians and Brianna Wu's and Zoe Quinn's. During Gamergate 1, they just saw our industry as a way to make a few bucks. And that is why they became so vocal, and they made a situation. They caused all this drama because they wanted the attention. And all of these fucking journalist hacks, okay, they are so bad at everything they do. They continue to just scour different industries and scour different topics to talk about, hoping that one day they will be loved by an audience because their parents didn't love them. And while they came to the gaming industry, they got absolutely roasted, and now they're sitting here doxing people because they're so desperate to get their point across and to scare people.
I'll give you one guess, Vara, on what this lady, Catherine Long, by the way, her.
I was going to show you her LinkedIn.
Oh, go ahead.
She's got her hers in there. I found her. This is her.
Digital
Smiley.
producer at Politico.
Yep. So she
There
was
you go.
previously at that Paste. I verified it. If you scroll all the way down here, let's see where it is. Here we go. Paste. There he is. From May to September 2021, which I was wondering why she didn't do anything after 2021, but that's why, because she wasn't there anymore.
That's why.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
hold on. She went from, scroll back down real quick. She went from an intern at Paste Magazine.
Yep.
To her next being the magazine director.
Managing editor. Yep. Editor in chief. She must have,
Hold on.
eggplant. Get what I'm saying here?
So you're saying she got dicked for her job?
Oh yeah, or she gave a lot of BJs.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying here.
I'm not saying that's what we're saying, but that's what
I'm not
Blabs is
saying, yeah, I'm just kind of like, how do you do that? Is it just because woman and they're like, we need to check off boxes here, and so she's a woman, they just elevated her a lot. Yeah. By the way, fun fact about all this, people are trying to add Jose Ramirez on LinkedIn, like people who watch the show, because somebody DM'd Jose Ramirez and they're like, how do you do, fellow brochacho? So shout out to the chat, because that's funny.
It's good. Well, I'm glad. I love it. That's good. Congratulations. It's always good to hear when Jose Ramirez is doing some serious work. It's great stuff. So thank you for your hard work, Jose. And for that, we will actually celebrate with some wonderful Mexican music here. Which
We
All right, there you
seriously
go.
need like a Jose emote for the chat to just spam.
All right. It's good stuff. RoboNex came into the 10 says, Montez, let's go. Thank you so much, RoboNex. And Omaha Renegade says Pace Magazine because that's what they eat and it shows. Let's go. Mercenary says the USAID is just the tip of the berg. Gets much, much darker. Be ready for stuff about cheese pizza and the IRS getting involved. I just want to play video games and be left alone. Let's go, Mercenary. Normal man with a hole in his leg. Tyler Preston says, speaking of the Real Game Awards, Redditors are so butthurt over it. They're Redditors. What do you want? Says they want side scrollers to get sued over free promotion for Sulaco and Nightmare Card. Pure insanity. P.S. Montez.
That situation makes me so sad because I obviously am here on side scrollers and I see how much hard work and time and effort's been put into the Real Game Awards. And then you have developers who just cannot be grateful that their product is being shown to another audience. Like, I completely understand if they don't like you and your opinions or whatever, but at the end of the day, it was not a political award show. It was just a way for gamers to connect and appreciate our mutual love for games. So you'd think that maybe they'd be a little bit grateful, but they're not. They act like children. They're so pathetic, and that's sad. Muted?
Yeah, I was just thinking about what I was going to say and talking to myself. I actually DM'd the Sulaco guy.
Yeah.
on X privately, just to say, hey, I want to let you know, like this was good intentions and just kind of reaching out. Never heard back. Now, one of our board members has had a conversation with them, and they're like, well, look, their thing is like, we just want to make games. And they told one of the board members that, that they felt, exactly what we thought happened was people went and they bum rushed them. They made them have an opinion. You must think about this. Look at what bad people are. And the Salaka people called me like a horrible person or something along those lines. It was really stupid. I want a fucking apology from them. Yeah. Because I think they should publicly apologize for what they said. Because
you deserve it.
I mean, I did nothing. Outside of all the damage that was done by them, not by me, And we actually had our big board meeting, like a post show board meeting where we talked about ways to improve and stuff. And we're gonna, in the next couple of months, you'll see more information about that. Things that we're going to do moving ahead. But we talked about that, the idea of like, should I approach people before I feature them in the show? And the overwhelming response was, fuck that. If it's available on YouTube or X, then it's available for everyone to see. You don't need to ask permission if they're putting it out there. What's the difference between it being featured on our show and someone doing a random reaction to a trailer? Nothing. Or somebody watching it or seeing it on their X account or whatever. So fuck that. I'm not going to apologize for that at all. And
also, business is business. It's just extra exposure for their game. Like, why would you take that and say, no, we don't want it? Like, that's stupid.
Right. Yeah. Sales are sales at the end of the day.
Weird.
We need that Rachel Zegler clip.
We do have that Rachel Zegler clip, as a matter of fact.
Weird. There we go.
And just like that, we're on it. All right. Look, also on it, outstanding stuff. As Marmalin came into the tent, says just like Kamala, she works best on her back. Easy, relax. That was almost our president. I don't even know how to say this. HTR. All right. Well, he says first. Well, thank you so much for that. It says first time checking out the stream live. Been listening to the uploads at work at night. Shout out to Craig for continuing to hold it down after all these years from the Screw Attack days. Blabs is cute as fuck. And Montez to the Slammer of Hoes. Hey, thank you so much for that.
Slammer of Hoes.
The Slammer of Hoes. That's excellent. Thank you so much. We did get our Montez goal today. Thank you very much for that. By the way, we're still got a lot more show to go. But Vara, you get to pick. Will Montez visit Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, The Moon, Dustborn, or the Mushroom Kingdom?
I think last time I did Dustborn, so this time Mortal Kombat.
Round 1. Fight.
Bitch!
Fatality.
Let's go. It's exactly what you'd expect right there. I did put a new Montez goal up because why not? Actually, hold on. Let me actually. Oh, damn it. I guess I can't. I don't think I can. Whatever. Either way, we got a new Montez goal up. We appreciate y'all's support. It's outstanding. We do see every Super Chat, Director Nation, and Rumble rant, including Bentley came into the 10. Says, I'll continue this dad joke train. Can a frog jump higher than a house? Of course. A house can't jump. All right. Thanks. Appreciate that. Look at that. Effens came in with one gifted membership. Blabs. It's good.
Yeah.
And locals. Gerard came in with the 10. Says anti-disestablishmentarianism.
I'm proud of you for reading that without your glasses on.
True.
I'm a great reader, man. Okay. Did you see the news, Vara, about the Electronic Software Association is now launching a brand new event? These are the organizers of E3.
I just want an event without Jeff Keighley.
Oh, 0% chance of that happening.
I know.
0%.
That's all that I want. Just one extra show. We have the Real Game Awards, but
That's right.
But we just need like maybe 1 to 2 more without the guy.
Yeah. Well, Jeff Keighley will not be on the Real Game Awards anytime soon. I'm not going to say never. but I mean, his likeness was
That's the
kind
day
of
I start boycotting the Real Game Awards.
That's right. Wouldn't it be so man, that'd be funny if he introed the Real Game Awards one year. That'd be so fucking funny. Oh man, that'd be great. All right. Anyways, well, the ESA is launching a new event called Icon. And this is an interactive innovation conference with support from Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, and others. Now, this may on the surface sound like it's E3 number 2, but it's not E3 number 2 yet. So the ESA has announced the Interactive Innovation Conference, or ICON for short, a thought leader summit designed to, quote, connect visionaries, the thought leaders and innovators from across industries to harness the power of interactive entertainment. What corporate gobbledygook speak this is right there. That is what a, oh my God, it sounds like it came out of Chat GPT. The conference will take place in Las Vegas between April 27th and the 30th next year, and already has support from numerous major companies. Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, Amazon Games, Disney, Electronic Arts, Epic Games, Square Enix, Take-Two, Ubisoft, and Warner Brothers Games, amongst others. The ESA says that the event will be an opportunity for attendees to gain, quote, exclusive access to visionary keynotes, engaging discussions and workshops, and elite networking opportunities with executives shaping the future of entertainment, business, and technology. As well as video game companies, this is aimed at film, TV, music, sports, healthcare, education, and finance, which, by the way, I never thought I'd see the day when education, finance, and healthcare are bundled in with video games, film, and TV, but all right. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the long and short of it is that this is not meant to be E3, while the ESA previously organized E3. Icon doesn't appear to be an attempt to replace it. Attendance is by invitation only, and the event appears focused more on networking and brainstorming than an opportunity to announce new products.
Do we think the Bill Clinton kid will actually get an invite?
Oh man, would that be awesome? Wouldn't that be great? What do you think of this, Vara? Is this is just some hoity-toity industry event where execs get together and jerk each other off? Is that what we're looking at here?
100%. They talk about how they want to like form this group and have discussions. So I hope that they can all get together and discuss the fact that they're making games and losing billions of dollars to appeal to an audience that doesn't actually exist.
That will not happen. That will not happen. I'll say this. That should happen though.
Yes.
Is like we should be invited to this and we should do a presentation and be like, yo, what the fuck are you thinking? And that should be the title of it. Yo, what the fuck are you thinking? And we should lay it out. Be like, dude, like, do you not see trends? You have all this, like the video game industry is a industry built around data. Mm-hmm. How can you not see everything that's right in front of you? The data is right there. Now, this is a year away, and things could change dramatically over the next year.
There are companies on that list like Ubisoft that in a year might be private, and Embracer might own them, and then they might not be the size and the scope that they are today, even though, again, they've over the years lost a lot of market cap. I believe it's 85% since 2021, which is insane. But even Warner Brothers Games is on that list, and there were a lot of big announcements even just today about Warner Brothers. Last year they lost over $300 million just on 2 games alone. So these companies come next year at this time might be in a very different place. They might not even be industry leaders anymore.
It's a good point. I am going to reach out. I am willing to go into the belly of the beast and see what we need to do to get an invite. We are, to be clear, we are not an industry show, right? We are a show for the customer, the gamer, right? Everything we do, my entire career has been built around the gamer itself. But I do think it's important. We talked about this yesterday with streaming on Twitch and stuff, to go into the belly of the beast. And if we want to make change, that's how you make change. You have to go in and you have to tell them to their face the reality of the situation. And I would totally be open to that. Will they be open to me? No, they will not. Of course not. No, they will not. All right. Let's go ahead and move on here to our next story, which is, what a fucking story this is. We've talked about the brain rot inside the video game industry. And we saw this yesterday over on NeoGAF. This is taking place over in Sweden. If you go to Sweden for game design, you'll be taught that Cloud Strife is a classic transgender character design here. Now, this is from a Chinese indie developer, went to Sweden for a game design master's program, and he took some pictures of the lecture. And you can see there's Lara Croft, the man with breasts, which is amazing. As well as some other things. Here's Cloud Strife here. And once again, I'd like to point out, who is teaching these classes?
Lunatics.
White women. White. Vara, what's wrong with you crazy white ass women? What's wrong with y'all?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Lump them in with all of us.
Well, what do you want?
Just normal.
That's what it is.
Feminism.
She's like an insane. You know?
Yes, of course. They got gender studies here.
Chat's saying that looks like a man. What if it's a trans woman?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't even know. Who knows? They talked about Gamergate. And this is you need to have this thing when learning how to design video games, Vara. You need to have this whole crash course here.
The leftist white women are still clinging to Gamergate 1. The leftist feminist white women, I should specify.
Oh yeah.
And the male feminists, don't forget them.
Oh yeah, them too.
They're equally as bad, I think.
They are. They're awful.
Now, this Chinese student posted these pictures here. And you see they talk about Gamergate. Gamergate was a campaign organized by right-wing extremists. It's a massive harassment campaign against women, racial and sexual minorities, and abstract concepts of progress. So there we go. They're still toting this narrative, which we all see as, a bunch of nonsense. But what's amazing about this says the guy was later contacted by the school department and forced to release an apology statement on the social media account after he did this. Is just now the dean of college called me into his office and projected the post I posted on B-Bar on the big screen. B-Bar is the social media that they posted on, and asked if it was me, after being told that posting such would have serious negative impact on the school's teachers and LGBTQ students, or LGBT students. I deeply realized my mistake and promised that I would not post such a post again in the future.
Is he being sarcastic at the very end?
No, I think that he got bullied into it.
Damn.
Maybe. Why are they so afraid of images of this being released publicly? I mean, if this is what they preach and this is what they promote, why wouldn't they want as many eyes on it as possible?
I agree, and that's where a lot of this stems from. It's so flimsy, it's bullshit. And if you're that proud of it, then you should say, yeah, Cloud is trans.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
They just want to silently brainwash people.
That's right. But they do it in the darkness, as they say. Yeah.
It's like Kim Blair. She was upset that so many people were paying attention to Sweet Babying because their work couldn't go unnoticed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and here we are. It's where you get. And I agree with you, Vara. If you have nothing to hide, then put it on out there. Let them know. All right. We only got a little bit of time, but we have a lot of stories to get to here. Do we want to talk about this Wonder Woman game, Vara? Or would you rather talk about the 2K Ethos Studios or Project Ethos?
I'm up for talking about anything.
Okay. Well,
I'm here to yap like a classic woman. That's what we do best.
all right. Let's start. We can get through the Wonder Woman one first. Okay. Let's start here. It starts with a tweet, and we're going to work our way through from discussing films. The Wonder Woman game has been rebooted. We have a Wonder Woman game, and it's already cost over $100 million so far. So the game is years away from release, if it ever makes it to market. This is a Wonder Woman game here. First and foremost, I didn't even know they were making a Wonder Woman game. Did you know
this? They announced this in 2021 at, I believe it was a Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards. And it was a very brief, like 20 to 30 second teaser, similar to like the Elder Scrolls 6 with the mountain and the logo, to basically be like, hey, we are making this. And it initially did receive quite a bit of positive praise because people were excited. And of course, this was before like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League came out, and we've kind of all given up on superhero games, at least for the time being. And then we heard about the writers that are affiliated with this and some of the producers.
Yes, you are correct. Obviously, Warner Brothers has been in a tough spot. They're, they lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Their CEO stepped down. Their head of the video game division, David Haddad, he's gone. And yes, you're correct. This is courtesy of Bounding into Comics over here. This is back from June 1st, 2023. The Wonder Woman senior writer Tanya DePass participated in Hogwarts Legacy boycott and attempted to get Good Old Games employee fired amid numerous other red flags here. So Tanya DePass is the name of the person. And Blabs, you did a little digging on Tanya DePass?
Yeah, let me just pull up her LinkedIn for you since I don't have it open. But I want to know if you noticed something immediately when we look at her. So this is her LinkedIn. What do you see?
Pronouns, first
That's
and
right.
foremost. Yeah.
And then I thought that this was ironic.
Critical thinking.
Well, read the about, please. Read the
So
full
her
thing.
about says, experienced director with a demonstrated history of working in the computer games industry, skilled in networking, interviewing, podcasting, critical thinking, and social media. Strong professional with a Bachelor of Science, a BS focused in human-computer interaction from DePaul University.
I've never heard her on a podcast or an interview.
I just really like critical thinking. I thought that was funny.
It's very funny.
What's interesting here is I'm over here. No, I'm
You're
good.
on a little bit delay. Sorry.
Am I? Okay. Well, as I scroll down on her thing, she actually has gamertag. So gamertag radio, they've been around for a long time. But they've kind of jumped into the super leftist echo chamber as well. I mean, I knew them back at the Screw Attack days in 2006. And they've been around for a little bit as well. But, she obviously is, you can see kind of some of the things here, game dev and others, tales from the margins. It always comes back to the marginalization of this, so.
Yeah, and as the Bounding into Comics article states, she has actually multiple times now raised money for the Trans Empowerment Project. And the organization is from medical providers to educators, potential employers, partners, and more. We're offering diversity and equity training to help improve understanding and relationships with the trans community and teach how to be a better ally. Craig, I think you should go through that class. Let us all know how it goes, becoming a better ally.
I'm the best ally. Let me tell you, I'm the absolute best ally because I think that you should suck it up, Buttercup, and do your best work. That's all I want. All 100%. I want is people to do your job. And if you're awesome, then you get the job. I don't care if you're white, black, gay, straight, trans, whatever. If you can contribute to what we're doing and you can contribute and you can grow and you have the merit to get the job, then guess what? I'll hire you. I could care less about who you sleep with or what dicks you suck.
Yeah, and she's not the type of person that wants to tolerate people with different opinions because she believes all Republicans are racists and we want to enslave people.
Well, I mean, that is true. there's a big push right now for the enslavement of all people by Donald Trump.
Yeah, definitely.
These fucking people, man, it's crazy. Oh my God, they're insane. Oh my gosh. All right.
I just wanted to do like a little tie-in because we previously talked about this with the WB Games guy leaving. We did look at their wiki and Wonder Woman TBA. So like literally no one knows when this was going to be announced. This was announced, like Vara said, years ago, and we still don't even have a release date. And
yep. Unfortunately, if you like Wonder Woman, we're probably never, ever going to see this game. And I have talked a lot about Warner Brothers games. I have insiders at the companies, and back in, I believe it was June, it was either the end of June or early July, I had said, that I had confirmation that they were working on an Arkham Asylum remake. They're potentially continuing the franchise after Kill the Justice League with Roger Craig Smith. And I mean, Bloomberg had confirmed that today, but I also had months ago when I talked about Wonder Woman, told everyone this game is probably not going to come out. They have rewritten that story about 3 times now, and they cannot decide on what they really want to do with it, because initially they wanted it to be a live service slop game akin to KTJL, but then KTJL came out and they kind of scrapped what they had, and now they've wasted $100 million and they have nothing to show for it.
What a mess. What an absolute mess.
Just a quick thing I just noticed. So you said that it was announced right around 2021, right? This one?
I believe it was around 2021, but I know it was at a larger gaming event.
Okay, because I was thinking that, like, since Wonder Woman, the first one, came out in 2017, a lot of people really liked that one. That seemed to be the general gist of it. But, like, Wonder Woman in 1984, that came out already in 2020, so 5 years ago already. Like, a lot of people did not like that one.
The official announcement trailer for this was December 9th, 2021, so that was the Game Awards.
So after Wonder Woman 1984 came out. Interesting. Yeah. So a lot of people didn't like that movie, but I'm kind of, like, shocked. My point is that people were like, yes, really excited for Wonder Woman.
They were, because I mean, the model looked very pretty, and people were hoping that it was going to be more of like a
just
classic Wonder Woman story, like a Linda Carter, not like a hey, we're modern and hip with the kids story. But unfortunately, these developers don't know what the hell they're doing. And it was also supposed to include the Nemesis system, which people have absolutely loved in the Shadows games. So I don't really know what's going to happen with it at this point, but they have rewritten it multiple times. It's in development hell, and if you like Wonder Woman, well, don't get your hopes up. Yeah May the odds be ever in your favor.
That would be interesting. A Hunger Games video game. I'm sure they made like some shovelware for the movies.
Minecraft ones, where people have, like Minecraft lobbies of it.
That'd be interesting. A Hunger Games one. Everyone dies.
Well, it's amazing to see. If she was so talented, they wouldn't be having issues, when it comes to this stuff. And you see this time and time again. Once again, I feel like I need to be invited to this new E3 just to, for my wonderful titled expo. Yo, what the fuck are you doing? I think that was the proper title I settled on earlier. But all right, let's go and move on to this this Project Ethos thing here. This is pretty amazing to see. Now, Vara, I know you did a video on this,
I did.
Talking about this game. So why don't you give us a quick rundown of what Project Ethos is, first and foremost?
This is a game that I don't think is going to come out at this point, but it was supposed to be akin to a Fortnite. It was supposed to kind of capture a younger audience. It was supposed to be as you can see, there's no like blood effects or anything, like a cyber take on Fortnite. And well, it's years too late. And it initially got pretty wrecked by gamers because it does seem that there is a focus on DEI when it came to the character designs, but the company itself, the studio itself, does promote these DEI initiatives. They had, at least when I had talked about it, like full web pages about what they wanted to do and how they're for hiring every type of person that they can, and they think that bringing in all sorts of unique individuals into a conversation can bring new perspectives. And well, as you can see via every single character, it doesn't seem like they have a lot of creative bones in their body.
So this is 31st Union
Yeah.
is the name of this company here that's producing this. I'm guessing they're a subsidiary of Take-Two.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Based out of San Francisco.
Take-Two was hoping that this was going to be a pretty big live service shooter game.
Ah, yes, the old live shoot. Now this is meant to be an extraction shooter.
Yes.
So
They have like a 10-word long description of what it's supposed to be. Let me see if I can find it quickly because it is truly horrendous. Ooh, let me see if I can see it.
There it is.
quickly.
Our strength is in a collection, is in our collective experiences, and we stand proudly for representation and inclusion.
Yeah,
There we go.
representation and inclusion are good when they're done naturally and not just to check off boxes.
I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. Here's their team, by the way, if you want to kind of see how inclusive they are. I would say this, a lot of, you know what I don't see? I don't see a single person in a wheelchair here.
No, there's
I don't-
not.
That's really upsetting to me.
Is that turtle real or is that a statue?
That's what you got out of this, Blabs?
Yeah. I'm asking the important questions here.
So they describe this as a PvPvE extraction roguelike hero shooter. It's a lot of words.
There's a lot going on there, yeah, for sure. This IGN video was really interesting because I watched the video and as we were going through, the person who wrote this was saying like, hey, like this is not really good, but they always try to add a little bit of a like sundae to it, or like a little bit
They
of a
spin it.
whipped cream, and they're like, oh, this ice cream doesn't taste good, but I can't wait to try it again.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't make any sense at all. Kind of the overall toxic positive nature of this. And this game started development 5 years ago now? Is that what they said? 2019?
I don't remember off the top of my head, though that does sound correct.
Well, one of the things that really took me in this video was them when they were talking about it was how a lot of the things that the features in this game sound or they feel like something that was from 2019 and it hasn't caught up to 2025, right?
Yeah.
So this will be the next failure, huh?
I believe so. I mean, people are already getting fired before the game has even come out. Like, that is not a good sign for this project. And sure, maybe when it comes out, we'll all be wrong. Maybe it'll be fun. But it just looks like generic modern day slop. And it is almost
2K
sad.
reportedly fires boss.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on a delay one more time. We'll be right back. Damn it.
I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, what's the matter? Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
going, Vara. It's all good.
But he is somebody who has worked on a lot of larger franchises, and he is somebody who has been in the industry for a very long time. And when he helped found this studio in 2019, it seemed that they were very hopeful for it. But, well, just because you think you're creating a good game doesn't mean you actually are.
I realized why I was on delay. Sorry. I should be good now.
Breaking the stream.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm should be caught up now. That's my fault. All right. We have well, like I said, the boss was fired over there, and they've gone in and they've said, hey, they're committed though. The 2K spokesperson said that they're grateful to Michael Caudry for his dedication, passion, and work ethic to build an incredible team and shape the vision of 31st Union. Not that grateful because he got shit canned, but we remain very committed to the path forward for Project Ethos and the people who and culture of the 31st. Why the fuck do you need to include this? The idea that we are very committed to the path forward for Project Ethos. That's really all you need to do.
Investors, perhaps they just want to continue to yap for investors' sake.
And the people and culture. Like, what are we doing here?
I could not find how many developers they have, but it seems that they have quite a lot.
The game needs to pivot or be killed.
Oof.
That's yikes. Stuff to say. Man, 2K is an interesting, like they have the 2K sports series, but I'm trying to think, like, what's the last big game that 2K released that really hit that wasn't a sports game?
Ooh.
I mean, I think it's a good question, but
What would it be? I mean, I know they came out with like the Quarry, but I don't think that was a really big game either.
just doing looking over here on
They have
Wikipedia.
so many games. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're still in 2010. Let's do a big scroll down here. Let's see what we got.
Looks like the last one was really Tiny Tina's Wonderland, but that was a fail.
Yeah, that did fail. That was 2022. Holy shit.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah, they did Borderlands 4 is coming. Yeah. Do they not do yeah, they do. They do the 2K games for WWE, right? Well, they have to because it's 2K.
I believe so, or they were.
Okay.
I don't see it on this list though.
I don't see it either. There's something wrong with this list. Whatever. It's okay.
Weird.
You know what's not weird is this massive support from GME64 with the massive 100, get out of the way, $100 super chat. Says, just now I'm on a lunch break and I see the title, Cloud is now trans. Oh no, I hate Cloud, but motherfuckers don't deserve this. Square Enix, you done fucked up now. Yeah, man. I would say back up a little bit on the show. We had about 15 minutes when we were talking about that. It was nutty situation. Give it up for GME with that massive support for the show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, my dude. David also came in with the Montez. Says, how to make the perfect Wonder Woman game. Make her hot as fuck and make it play like PlayStation God of War 2. It would sell like hotcakes.
True and real.
It's so simple. It's so simple. That's it. David, you're hired. Game designer.
They should have continued the Arkhamverse with Catwoman because people loved the Catwoman DLC. And then she would go around whipping people. And then she was smoking hot. They would have made $1 billion easy.
Winter Fox 2A says, dad jokes. Don't know if this counts, but let's make one at the journal's expense. What do current day gaming journalists have in common with egg whites? They both can't take a yolk. Bada boom, Winter Fox. Thank you so much. Appreciate that support. That is outstanding. All right, guys, we got a lot. You guys, your support's been spectacular today. We had so much to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Shit, crazy. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I feel like we really need to hit before we go. Oh, did you want to talk about the Batman game being announced?
I mean, I had briefly mentioned it when we were talking about the Wonder Woman situation.
Well, I was on big delay, so you know.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
Craig, technical difficulties.
That's right. That's what they call me, TD. A new Batman game is in development for Rocksteady. Game is still years away from being released. Right there, we got that picture, and here from IGN. So, and then of course we have Vara's thoughts. So.
Yeah, I had I've been reporting on it for, I mean, I'd say since June. I had confirmation that they were working on an Arkham Asylum remake and they're looking to continue it with Roger Craig Smith. That's why they did the VR game recently, Arkham Shadows, because they were testing the waters with him again. He did Origins and the cast really liked each other. And Kevin Conroy did give his kind of blessing for Roger Craig Smith to continue the franchise. So it seems that those are the two games that they are going to be working on. But it looks like they're working on Arkham Asylum's remake first because they know that that's a guaranteed hit.
Cool. Well, I think a remake of whether it's a remake or whatever, anything in the Arkham universe, I think will do well in generally,
100%.
For sure.
If they go back to the old model, not Suicide Squad kill the Justice League.
Oh, well, he was just a clone. So,
right.
there's that. Yeah.
The coping when they changed that.
It's unbelievable, really. All right, let's go get some super chats, guys. Thank you very much for your support. We genuinely appreciate any and all allowing us to do this on a day-to-day basis. We encourage you guys. Blabs, you said we have some stuff going over on sidescrollerspodcast.com.
Yes, we do. So make sure you guys follow us over there for some posts, really fun things, and a lot of interacting within the community.
That's right. Blabs is going to be owning that over there. So make sure you guys head over there and
we're all going to be friends over there together.
We're going to be great friends.
And you're going to like it.
We're going to be friends, fuckers.
That's right. Wankers.
Young Stove came in with this. I don't even know what that says. What's that say, Blabs?
Craig brutte Blabs de carina. Grazie. Enjoy your day.
I don't even know.
I agree.
What did you just say?
It's fine, Craig. Don't worry about it. You're not going to want to know.
Go keep reading, Blabs.
Okay. Rudy says, I have an ugly affliction shirt. Remember that trend?
Yeah.
No.
Affliction. Yeah.
Also, StreamYards is not clearing things for me, so I have like a lot that I can't see if you got them or not.
We'll start here from Sturgeon.
Okay. I still have my Primus Pork Soda shirt with the lyrics on the back.
Primus. Good old Primus. Let's go.
I don't know where that is. Sorry.
Primus
It's all messed up for me. I can't see it.
Everything's breaking today.
StreamYards is like awful right now. I can't see where that super chat is. I'm trying to find it so I can keep going. It's not here.
Listen, I'm just not happy with you.
It's not even my fault. It's StreamYards. I can't find it. But anyway, Joey says the best Wonder Woman game would be if combat was like the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War.
That would be sick.
Jason says Cooking Mama versus X Hunger Games crossover. I would actually be down for like some sort of Hunger Games video game. Like I keep saying, like that would be like such an interesting
Blabs,
game. Anyway.
There's a million Hunger Games video games.
What?
There's a million of them.
No, but like actually Hunger Games?
No.
There's
not.
What are you talking about, Craig? Do you even know the Hunger Games?
Yes, it's a battle royale. That's all it is. There's a million. Yes, I've seen Hunger Games before. I know Hunger Games. I get it. Right? That's all battle.
I get it's battle royale, but I'm actually saying like an actual Hunger Games style thing, like in the world. Anyway.
You don't need it. Don't even need to
Battle
pay for the
royale.
license. Don't even need it.
Craig,
Crazy.
you're just like swiping left and right on me on my lovely ideas. Key Rock for 2 says, give me a single player WW game with Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. I'll be all for it. Thank you very much.
100%.
Victor says they don't want the public knowing about this because they're subverting the culture from the shadows. If people know they're doing it, they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Bike Short says, base China man for exposing this. Rebound says, in other words, disease vector for bad ideas. Here's a dad joke for you. How do you hide $100 bill from an Indian under a bar?
Wait, hold on. Did
That's
you just
so bad.
Hold on. Did you try to not say Indian?
No, I was making sure that we were okay for a second. I didn't know how racist this was going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just double checking. Okay, from a bar sub. Ha ha. Mercenary says the Hunger Games, but the Predator aliens show up. Some wild crossover. Duck says, dad jokes, you say. What do you call 2 bananas on the floor? A pair of slippers. Ha ha. 9. My username is pronounced rolled 9. Thank you, sir and ma'ams.
Well, thank you for your support.
What a
today,
wild username.
It really is.
Creative. Scarfy says developers are afraid of missing out on business deals if they don't denounce you. Bike Shorts also says, Blabs, the term you're looking for is she spends a lot of time on her knees. Yes, just like Kamala Harris did. Mr. Malockley says Reddit has pure unemployment energy. I think so too. Mercer says this stuff with Doggo is an avalanche of info. Does he mean Doge?
Yes.
Doggo! Mercer says Huck to a girl isn't smart enough for this rug pull. Nope. Luffy says heading to Carl's Jr. Monday. Yum! Meant the burger. Of course he did. Jared says, if an asteroid were to come down Earth tomorrow, play the original Metal Gear Solid the night before. I feel like we might have got this one already, but I can't tell. Thank you very much. Hobo says, I still want to know what butterbeer tastes like. It basically tastes like butterscotch.
That's 100% right.
Yeah. You can make it from your house, by the way. There's tons of recipes online. GME says, oh yeah, Montez needs to do that. Send that lunatic to the pit.
Let's go.
Thank you. For Montez, says Sturgeon. Thank you very much. Government taxes the heck out of us with no transparency and accountability. The government should be run like a crowdfunding platform. Most things would get Reva's lightsabers attention, none at all. I remember Reva, that was fun. McLeod for 2 says 100% legal if you're in 2 different industries. There's a gun company called the Umbrella Corporation, for instance, and this is in reference to Sweet Baby Inc.
Yep.
Thank you. Runaway says there was a recent test of an asteroid redirect mission by slamming a probe into said asteroid. Thank you.
Okay.
True.
Infamous says I have a Crash 3 t-shirt that came with the game. That's cool.
Let's go.
Skull says bugle by pullover from mid 80s. Thank you. I don't know what that means.
Question mark?
Commodore Fan 64. The U.S. Navy has laser weapons now that work. Or just like Star Wars. Mercenary, I was hoping it was going to hit now in LA. Boo. That's what they really need over there. More fire. Cookie on Locals for 5 says, here is Ocarina of Time dad joke. Question. Why was Link stunned after pulling the Master Sword and becoming an adult? Answer. He dropped his Deku nuts.
Hey.
That's kind of funny. Pre-Dawn Corp says, I've got a Metallica Damage Justice shirt from 92. And Pause for 10 says, Craig, friend, what was the arcade moment that gave you the biggest nerd boner? For me, it was seeing the MK2 arcade cabinet for the first time. Compared to my 11-year-old stature, that thing was a damn shrine.
So I worked at a place called GameWorks, which was a big-ass arcade. And it actually had, I mean, it was just row after row after row of arcade game. But I remember they had, I think it was 3 Mortal Kombat 2 or 3s, I'm not sure, right next to each other. And I just thought that was the coolest fucking thing in the world. The idea that they didn't have 1, they didn't have 2, they had 3 games side by side. It was so great. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. We have one from Spoon Ninja over on Locals and a $1 tip saying, did someone say my name with a fascinating picture of Jose? Greetings, what?
So there's Jose. That's good.
Yes, that's me. Greetings, normal men. It is I, Jose Ramirez, PI. What adventure shall we be having today? I should team up with Tom Selleck, and we could be PIs together. I'm just saying. Be great. Jeremy the Cyborg says, a pair of long sleeve dress shirts my cousin bought for me 30 years ago because she hated my style of dress back then. That's funny. Jared says, I may not have Xbox Game Pass, but I do have PlayStation Plus Premium. Thank you. Oh.
Sorry.
Shout out, Jose. We need like a little like audio clip. Just Jared says, I started getting into video games during the PlayStation 1 era, playing a lot of Supercross. Stage Experiment 626 was a great game for the PlayStation 2, and the pinnacle of gaming for me really began with Halo 3.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Halo 3 was legit.
Sturgeon, I don't know if I got this one because it doesn't want to clear. I still have my Primus Pork Soda shirt with the lyrics on the back. Thank you very much. And then I have Speedy Cake still here, but thank you very much, Speedy Cake. We did get this one.
Let's go.
Shout out StreamYards for not clearing. And I think we're all caught up.
That's it. We are caught up. That's great. All right. Excellent. Well, this was an effective, fun week of broadcasting. So much fun. Vara finishing strong with us, which is great. Vara, where can everybody find you?
You can find me here on YouTube at Vara Dark Titan Media. You can find me on X at Vara Dark. If you go to the YouTube channel, all my links are in the description. And yeah, I'll be streaming tonight, doing a rare Friday night talk stream. Crazy. And then over the weekend, I'm playing more Kingdom Come Deliverance. What
are you going to be talking about?
I don't know. Probably lots of the stuff we've already talked about, like Warner Brothers and the USAID situation a little bit more, and probably Civ because it's getting wrecked on Steam right now.
Yeah, I've seen
I guess Harriet Tubman can't save the day.
No, she can't.
Harriet didn't quite do her job, huh? All right, guys, do us a favor. Head over to sidescrollerspodcast.com and become a free supporter over there. It's free to become. If you want to support, we'd obviously greatly appreciate that. We got some big things coming in the way. Once again, the market on your calendar, March 3rd. That's a Monday. We're going to be doing some big stuff then, announcing a lot of things. That's about 3.5 weeks away. So with that said, you guys have a great weekend. Get outside and go touch some stinking grass. Enjoy the weekend with your kids or your family, your wife. Get out there. You guys have a great day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great weekend, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.